Hi, everybody. This is Amelia. I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be trying something new. On Fridays at 4, I'm going to be going live on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@feministsurvivalproject. I'll be going live Fridays at 4 Eastern Time. And from February 21st through the end of March, we'll be answering questions, singing songs, and generally just having a nice time. I hope you'll join me. I want to talk about goals and why I failed my low by no by so spectacularly. Because there are some very clear...
You can't hear me? I can hear you. I started and I can't finish. Stop until I get to the end. Okay.
Come on, deliver to
me. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this is
that feels like enough of a punctuation
half cadence is enough for you? Fine. Okay, good.
It's just that I heard someone who does musical stuff who genuinely has terrible pitch. And I thought it would be impossible to get through recording an album with genuinely terrible pitch. Like, I think can't tell how bad their pitch is.
Yeah, that's possible.
So it's a drag queen. And, like, they don't have to sing a lot, but there's a lot of drag queens who have, like, degrees in musical theater.
I know, yeah.
Trained
Monet Exchange went to the same conservatory I did.
Yeah, Westminster Choir College. Yeah, Trixie Mattel got a degree in musical theater. Yeah. And that explains why she's got, like, you know, a #1.
Right, albums. Yeah.
That's not true for everyone. I'm not going to say who it is, because it doesn't matter.
No, there's no need to.
None of this should make the cut. None of this should be included. None of this is what matters. Yeah. I've just been self-medicating with drag.
Okay. So
My brain's not good, so you're taking the lead. You want to talk about goals, because you had a goal experience.
I had a goal experience where I failed my no by low by. Like, super failed.
Like, by how many hundreds of dollars?
Like, at least $1,200.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to spend money specifically on... No, yours was the category of, like, clothes and accessories.
Clothes, specifically clothes, was my idea. I'm just done
zero.
buying clothes.
Your goal was zero.
My goal was zero. I don't need any more clothes.
It's the beginning of March.
Much time shopping for clothes. I spent $1,000 on clothes last year, and I then spent $1,200 on clothes now.
And this gave you you had some sort of insight as a result of it.
I had insight. Well, first of all, what had happened was I decluttered my closet, right?
Have you also been watching a lot of drag? What happened was
I
already done had hers.
Yeah, I decluttered my closet. Danny K. White came along, and I decluttered my closet, like, for real. And I looked at all the stuff in my closet, and I was just like, throw out the trash, and now let's look for stuff that has a home someplace else. And now let's, like, have donation time. What are my donations? And my donations were vast and mighty. Clothes that didn't fit, clothes I never wear. I was like, oh. And then I have this app called Indyx, Indyx, where I take a picture of every single thing in my closet, and I know exactly what I have. And my inventory in my closet showed me I don't have enough clothes.
Enough for what?
Here's what happened. I wore a shirt and it got a stain, and I was like, I have to replace this shirt immediately because it's like the only shirt I wear.
Okay.
So enough to wear.
You need 2 shirts.
I need at least 2 shirts. And, like, I started listening to Dawn from Minimal Mom, and, like, she's really not for me, but she does go over some, like, basics of minimalism. Like, if it catches fire, would you replace it? If it's spontaneously combusted, would you immediately buy another one? And I was like, yes, to everything in my closet. I absolutely have to have everything here. And then I had the insight that I can't be a minimalist. I can't own just one thing. Because when things spontaneously combust, and I'm like, oh, I immediately have to replace that. Because I don't just shop at the mall, I can't just go get another one of the same thing. Because I shop secondhand, trying to find a replacement for something.
That is actually one of the rules of minimalism. One of the standards is if it will take you less than $20 in less than 20 minutes to replace it, then don't worry about having a backup. But because it does take you, I mean, you might do it for less than $20, but it'll never take you less than 20 minutes.
Oh, not even close. Yeah.
So yes, according to minimalism, sort of like the way people talk about how can I tell whether or not I really need to have this? Mm-hmm. The answer for you is I really do need to have a backup because...
Yeah, I need to have at least 2 of everything that I need. And when I looked at my wardrobe in Indyx, and you can get like 7 articles of clothing in a row and like, you know, as many as you have long, I had cataloged 110 pieces, including my formal wear and my work wear, which I have decided is reasonable for me to keep. Just sure. Like, because sometimes stuff comes up last minute and you need to be able to like have clothes, but on Friday, right? Hey, there's a gig on Friday. Can you go? So I keep formal wear and work wear.
Performance attire,
Performance attire, like separately. And not counting performance attire, I had less than 50 articles of clothing, which sounds like plenty, but it is not. So I have 3 of almost the same exact dress. And I'm like, that's the correct amount of that dress. It's the only dress I own, but I have 3 of them. The gray shirt I had 1 like it. I used to have more, but I wore them all the time and they got stained and wore out and pilled and looked bad and I had to replace them. So anyway, I failed my low buy no buy because I failed to plan correctly for a goal. It was a terrible goal for me. It was an inappropriate goal.
Your goal was to wear the clothes you had, and it turned out the clothes you had were at least half of them obvious donations when you looked at them through the lens.
At least half. I got rid of over 50 things.
Yeah.
And I've replaced them with about 25 things. So my wardrobe is smaller now. But I had to replace like 25 things.
But this time you bought stuff you actually like.
This time I bought stuff that fits.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that's not stained. Stuff that's doesn't need repair. Like, yeah. I just had a lot of stuff in my wardrobe that was not wearable. So that's why I failed. It's not that... Okay. Here's why I failed. A good goal, a goal that's going to give you a feeling of success, has to be soon, certain, specific, concrete, positive, and personal. And the goal that I made was, I'm just not going to buy clothes this year. Is that soon? Is this year soon? It is not. Is it certain? I kind of thought it was, but when I actually looked at my wardrobe, turns out no. So I failed to plan in that way.
It was at least specific.
Was it specific? It was kind of specific. Like I've done...
It was don't buy clothes this year.
Yeah. It was specific. Don't buy clothes.
That is one behavior, yeah.
But it was not soon or certain.
Yeah.
Was it concrete? Yeah. Don't buy clothes. Was it positive? No. Don't buy clothes is not positive. Now, when positive people think, is it a happy thought? Positive means it's a thing that you actively do. Not a thing that you avoid. Right?
Yeah.
Don't buy clothes is not a positive goal. It's a negative goal.
Right.
By definition.
Don't smoke any cigarettes is a negative goal. Smoke 0 cigarettes is a positive goal.
Right. There you go.
How many cigarettes am I going to smoke today? 0. Positive goal.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm going to not smoke today. No smoking. And like all you can think about is like the smoking.
Right. Also, another thing happened, which is that I got COVID. Because really my goal was I'm going to spend 0 time shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to like spend my time differently this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to invest so much time in it last year. And when my goal was don't spend time shopping. And then I got COVID and I was literally in bed for 10 days.
Aye.
And I had just discovered that my wardrobe is 2/3 the size that it needs to be. I was in bed, so I shopped. And honestly, I think that was an okay use of my time considering the fact that my
The available
plan
options.
was so wildly inappropriate and bad. Soon, certain. Specific, yes. Soon, no. Certain, no. Specific, yeah. Concrete, kinda. Positive, absolutely not. Personal, yeah, it was personal to me. I wanted to I want this to be a thing that I do, that, it's for me. Nobody else cares whether or not I spend time shopping, except the algorithm. So I failed my low by no buy by a lot. And it's because I didn't set an appropriate goal that followed those criteria. So I want to set a new goal.
Okay.
And I think you're doing better because you set a goal that was much more specific.
Oh, we did a whole episode that's here's my list of rules of all the things I'm going to do. Yeah.
Your hour of I'm going to spend money on these candles. And as an addendum to this episode, I think we should include that time that I dog sat while you and Rich were gone and I burned a candle.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I left it burning and I walked away. And you were like, you sent me a picture of the candle. Did you leave this burning? I was like, oops. And I felt really bad. I was like, oh my God, I burned your fancy candle. And so I got a cameo from the actor who reads your audiobook.
We call him Sexy Pants.
Quotes. We call him Sexy Pants. His name is Nicholas Boulton. He's a very good audiobook
And he
reader.
is the best male audiobook reader. His narration, his accents are so good.
He is magnificent. Truly.
Just find audio of him saying the word chocolate.
Anyway, I got a cameo. Hey, dear Nicholas Boulton, my sister, you read for my sister's audiobook. I burned up one of her candles. Can you apologize for me? And I think we should include that because, okay,
yeah,
I think people now have the
context
of
my
why the
feelings
candles
about these candles.
He for sure seems kind of baffled about why I feel so bad about a candle.
Yeah, yeah, but it starts with, "Hi, Emily, remember me?"
Yeah, except
Girl,
it sounds so
good.
Okay, anyway,
I'm
setting a new goal that's more soon, more certain, more specific, more concrete, more positive, and more personal. Here it is. I'm going to spend 0 time shopping between now and when we go to Disney, which is the end of April.
Okay.
So it's a month and a half, 6 weeks. There surely is...
You were literally shopping yesterday.
Yeah, that's why it's now.
Okay.
Between now and the time that we go to, which is in 6 weeks. So that's soon. It's just the next 6 weeks. And surely there's nothing I need between now and Disney. And to be fair, the thing that I sent you a picture that I was shopping for was a Disney-related item of clothing.
Yes.
So it was Disney-related. And spending time planning Disney trip is something I do instead of shopping.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to spend 0 time shopping for clothes, shoes, bags, accessories, jewelry, anything to wear between now and then. That's soon. It's specific because it's the time I'm going to spend doing the thing.
Yes.
I'm going to spend 0 of it. I'm going to do other things with my time.
Okay.
So that's pretty certain. That's a thing I can do. It's a little bit, it's like a habit now. So it's going to be like breaking a habit, like any other habit. So I don't think it'll be as hard as smoking 0 cigarettes.
You're going to notice the impulse and have to have an alternative behavior to engage in.
Yes, I am now playing all of the New York Times mini games.
Okay.
Yeah, I play Wordle. I play Connections. I play the mini crossword. I do them all. And that's the thing I do. I play this Doctor Who game. Like, also, I'm going to play the games I own. I'm going to watch the media I own. I'm going to not spend time shopping. That's specific. That's soon. That's certain. That's specific.
It's concrete.
It's concrete. It's not super concrete. It's not the most concrete because it's not like a thing I guess it's a thing I can track or check off every day.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So that's concrete. It's positive. I'm going to spend 0 time. How much time are you going to spend shopping today? 0. So like when the impulse comes of like, let me just go check ThredUp if they have anything new, then I'm going to be like, oh no, I'm not doing that.
I'm going to play one of these games instead. I'm going to consume the media I own.
Exactly. Positive. That's the way that I've reframed it to make it positive.
Mm-hmm.
And personal, of course, it was already personal. Just me and my wardrobe and how do I spend my time. And that's as personal as you can get, probably. So that's why I failed my no buy, low buy. And that's why that's how you set a goal that you're actually going to succeed at. And I thought that was worth talking about. And this is...
So for people who haven't read Burnout, this is chapter 2 of Burnout. It's so the first chapter of Burnout is what to do with the stress activated in your body by whatever the problems in your life are. Chapter 2 is how to deal with the problems themselves. Like those are 2 separate processes that require different skills and different knowledge. And this is Amelia applying the knowledge of effective goal setting based on the research.
Which I just didn't do initially because I don't know. Because I've done low buy, no buy before and succeeded just great.
Yeah. And the reason people fall short with their goals is often because the quality of their goal was not particularly good.
Right. Their goal didn't conform to that list, certain specific.
Especially the positivity of the goal. Having it be, I'm going to do something as opposed to I'm not going to do something.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to eat sugar. Like, what are you going to eat, though?
Yeah, what are you going to eat when you're not eating sugar? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people are making nutritional choices, we're going to have to do a food episode eventually.
We're going to have to do a food episode.
One of the positive ways to create change is to think about all the things you are going to eat.
Yeah.
So that you don't feel deprived and like you end up obsessing over the stuff you're depriving yourself of.
When all you think about is not eating that thing.
Not eating that thing. Yeah. Especially if that thing is in the house. Then it sits at the bottom of the freezer.
Yeah.
Haunting you.
At first I thought you said hunting you. And then I was like, oh, she must have said haunting you. But the idea that you're an ice cream sandwich, like a lone ice cream sandwich.
Haunting.
Is like.
It's going to come and get you in the night.
Okay.
One of your dogs would definitely protect you from that ice cream sandwich.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So that's the main thing that I had to say. Do you want to examine your low buy, no buy goals and see how they conform to the soon certain specific? Are you up for that? Do you have enough brain for that?
Yeah. So I opened my list and I have, one of the main things about goals that isn't, it's sort of implied in the standards, but like having a reason why you're doing this thing, having a motivation, my whys are even, like a lot of people have gotten on board with the idea of not contributing to Trump's economy, certainly not shopping at stores that took the first available opportunity to abandon all their DEI projects.
Yeah.
And not any Amazon things if people can avoid it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are, and it actually makes it easier that I feel like there's sort of a groundswell.
Yeah, I think that's what personal means. That last part of a good goal. Yeah. It's important to you is what
it
that
matters.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any more specific about the things that I was like, I haven't examined this fully, like vacation spending. I haven't.
That's
examined.
okay. Like if you haven't got a goal for those things, you don't have to have a goal for those things. Like
Rich and I really need to like set a budget for charitable giving because
like you don't need. What I'm saying is the goal you did set. Like those things aren't part of your goal.
Yeah.
As far as you're concerned, infinite charitable giving, infinite Disney trips, infinite whatever. But like the goal that you did set, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it's all really good. I made really good choices. It's very
okay. In what way is it
extremely what way is it soon? It's just, it's just today, every day, each day.
Okay. I feel like a no by low by, I've never done a low by no by year, but I've done like a month that turned into 2 months, that turned into 3 months. And by then I usually needed to buy something.
Well, because of my why and my rules. My why is don't participate in Trump's economy.
Yeah.
And my rules are very specific about the ways I can when I need to. Like I have granted myself permission in a lot of domains so that I do not feel restricted.
Okay. I think for a lot of people, though, you have intense hyperfocus where you can keep going at something for way longer than a neurotypical person or than an allistic person.
Yeah.
So I think a year for a lot of people is not soon. It's too long. And I think that for most people, a goal that's soon is a month, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe more, but like, I think it's unusual that soon for you is a year.
So when I give people sex advice, when people are struggling, especially when there's like a difference in desire, for example, one of the key pieces of advice is take sex off the table.
Right.
For a substantial period of time. And I avoid giving like how long an extended period of time when sex will not be available to either partner. Like individually, you can go have orgasms if you want to, but this is to create a context where the lower desire partner can engage in like kissing and cuddling and hugging, knowing for sure that it is not going to be misinterpreted as a bid for more. There's not going to be pressure or performance demand. Like there's a really good reason for it. People understand the good reason for it. And if they require me to say, but for how long, I say 3 months. And I can tell by their reaction that feels like an enormous amount of time. So let's say, and that like 3 months for that goal is different from 3 months for some other goal, but I know that at least in some context, 3 months feels like an enormous amount of time for people to commit to a new pattern of behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it takes a substantial amount of time committed to a new behavior.
Sure.
In order for that new behavior both to establish itself and to unearth all of the reasons why the former pattern you were stuck in and wanted to change. It takes that amount of time for it to sort of like work itself out of your system, sort of detox from it.
Yeah, that's a great reason. But some people are just doing low by no by to save money. And they just want to see if they can. So for me, a year was not soon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Some people are not trying to like retrain their habits.
So
they're just trying to like...
Another guideline is to have there be some external measure. So it's not like arbitrary, like 3 months. It's like for one paycheck period, I'm going to try these rules, whether that's every other week or once a month. Exactly.
Yeah. So for me, a year was too long. For you, a year is like no problem at all.
Well, given that my rules were so non-restrictive. So, for example, I did spend a bunch of money buying stuff from an artist, an independent artist. I bought stuff directly from her. And then I was looking at Crocs because I don't have a rule against browsing. I put some stuff in my cart. I Googled whether or not Crocs donated money to any Republicans. And as an organization, they didn't. And I was like, maybe I have permission for more Crocs that I don't need.
You do not need more
but
Crocs.
They're
you have
yellow
so
and
many Crocs.
fuzzy. And they're yellow and fuzzy.
The fuzzy Crocs aren't good because they stink.
The fuzzy Crocs are the only Crocs I will wear.
Really?
Yeah.
You just wear them with socks. And you can wash the socks.
You can wash the Crocs.
Yeah, but do they actually come clean and stop stinking? Not really.
I don't know why your fuzzy Crocs stink. Mine don't. Anyway, I put them in my cart,
Mm-hmm.
but it was buy two for $50, buy two pair for $50.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's a really good deal. But I waited too long. The sale went away, and so that saved me $50. And 2 pairs of Crocs that I do not need.
Yeah.
So
I am down to 1 pair of Crocs.
Crocs is all
Got
I
rid
wear.
of my fuzzy. Oh no, I have 2. I have the Christmas ones you gave me. They're fuzzy, but they are open.
Yeah.
So they don't stay stinky. They dry fast and they de-stink.
Yeah. Almost all the Crocs I own are fuzzy and open.
Yeah, well, that's the combination. I had clogs that were fuzzy, and I did send them to ThreadUp. I did. But I washed them with OxyClean de-stink stuff and let them dry very thoroughly so they were de-stinkified so that somebody who only wears their Crocs with socks will have these again and they will not stink. Anyway,
Crocs. I have a toe thing. If people are like, why does Emily wear Crocs? When I am like working.
Are people like, why does Emily wear Crocs? Everybody knows why you wear Crocs. They're comfortable.
Well, they're literally the only shoes I can wear that do not exacerbate this weird toe thing I have. It's an aroma. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You have enough Crocs though. You didn't need 2 more pair for $50.
I got plenty of Crocs.
Okay. So soon. A year is fine for you. It was too long for me. For me, 6 weeks is going to be
And
okay.
if people are like, how do I set duration? Go by paychecks. Go paycheck pay periods.
Yeah.
Assuming you have a pay period.
Or for me, I'm setting the goal to be right now because I shopped yesterday. And I'm ending when we go to Disney because I'm going to spend money at Disney.
Yeah. So there's a landmark. There's an event.
Yes.
You're planning up until that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So certain. Do you feel like your list?
How confident are you?
Yeah. I was confident, but it's because I didn't know anything. It was a classic case of like, I can totally do this.
Dunning-Kruger no-buy.
Yeah. It was like, oops. I didn't even know what I had in my closet. And I was like, I'm not going to buy any more clothes. Except that I'm going to have to walk around wearing clothes that don't fit or are stained because they're the ones I have. Anyway, that was it was not certain for me. But your list, you feel like is certain.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into it.
Okay.
I spent several weeks working on my criteria, which is why it took like an hour of let me explain to you what my rules are and why these are my rules and what I'm going to do and like what are the exceptions that are acceptable.
As far as specificity goes, you knocked that out of the park.
Out of the park.
Concrete. It was again very specific and like these are the things I'm going to not buy for this reason of I'm not going to contribute to Trump's economy. I'm not going to support businesses that are like, that all feels very intellectual, but the concreteness of it came with the specificity, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very specific. Yeah.
Yeah. Positive.
I mean, if anybody had a question about what I was going to do, I had an answer and a reason for the answer. I'm going to spend 0 money on blah, blah, blah. The only way to frame a no buy, low buy as positive? No, you can. I would specify it as I'm going actively to put my money where my values are.
Good. Okay.
And I am going to spend X amount of money as opposed to I'm not going to spend money. It can be like, this is my budget.
Yeah. $60 a month on candles.
Absolutely.
Okay. Positive and personal. Like, that's weird to talk about how it's personal because you had that big long list of reasons.
Big long list of reasons. And like different people have different reasons. A lot of people are doing it to save money. Like the economy is going to be worse and worse for quite a foreseeable future here.
Yeah. Shit's going to be expensive.
I mean, I don't know how dark to get, but last week I used the word Holodomor in a sentence.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that was the Soviet starvation of the rural people of Ukraine.
Oh.
On purpose.
Right.
Yeah. I'm real worried about farms and farmers and farm workers and tariffs on food. I'm worried about people in America dying of starvation while crops rot in the field.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that in the next year.
Yeah. I packed a go bag for the first time. I'm ready.gov for the first time.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't gone to maybe have we done an episode on like preparedness?
We did when we first talked about COVID back in 2020.
Okay. Maybe it's
and I was not ready.gov and
and I was like, let me tell you about our household emergency kit, which I have a like calendar event, a like household emergency kit glow up.
Yeah.
Reminder every 6 months in my calendar.
Yeah.
So we are ready.gov, and we think concretely and specifically about the last time that reminder came up was right around the hurricanes. And we were thinking about like specifically like flood is not a strong possibility where we live, but what would we do in a flood? The fires, what would we do in a fire?
Yeah. And I live on Cape Cod, so hurricanes are a for real thing. By the way, my ready preparedness plan is to go to your house, so
yeah, that's fine.
Get ready for that.
Yeah. Having somewhere else to go is a thing. We would go to Rich's mom's house, I think.
Yeah.
Or she would come to ours, or yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you came here, we have a whole separate building you could stay in. If East Hampton was on fire and the Cape was fine for some reason, I feel like the Cape is more likely to get whatever. That's fine. So in certain specific, concrete, positive, and personal.
Why were we talking? Why did you start? Oh, I was talking about America starving to death. Oh, right. And you are now ready.gov, and part of your low buy should not be, I am not going to buy any emergency preparedness supplies that I might need.
Here is an amazing tip that I have about if you declutter and you're making your making your ready.gov bag. Make your ready.gov bag out of stuff you're decluttering, because then you're not losing stuff that you would use every day. Okay. I really wished that I had not decluttered some stuff that I could use as extra.
Oh,
because my wardrobe is so small, I can't like spare much. But some stuff that I had in the donate bag, I put in my ready.gov bag.
So let me clarify for people who don't know why Amelia is saying I was not ready.gov is because there is current. Let's check and make sure it hasn't been deleted.
It's there. I looked at it.
Okay. There's a website, ready.gov, which is like emergency preparedness tips so that you and your household and your family can know what to do and have the resources you need in case of emergency. Given my level of concern, the reasons for a no buy, low buy coincide with those concerns, and it makes sense that people allocate some resources to emergency preparedness because emergencies are going to happen. Both natural disasters exacerbated by climate change and actual man-made disasters created by appalling policy that I can't say for sure is not a deliberate destruction of human life. Can we find something positive to end on?
Well, I think we're going to end on Nicholas Boulton.
Oh, right. God, Jesus Christ.
We're going to end on Nicholas Boulton apologizing for me burning up your $60 candle.
It's so funny.
Emily, remember me? Except so much sexier.
We're just going to have to log into my Cameo account to be able to get that. I once got...
You can download it and you can just have it on your device to watch anytime you wish.
Anytime! I should probably do that.
I did it.
As I was writing Come Together, I got a cameo from Maria Bamford for Rich. That was like, please say thank you to my husband for how patient and understanding and supportive he's been while I've been writing my book. And her cameo is amazing.
Yeah.
She was in the process of writing her book, and she's like, it's terrible. Writing a book is so terrible. I've gotten myself in a lot of trouble. Cameo is fun.
It is fun.
If you do it right.
Yeah.
I got you one when you were diagnosed. I got you one from Jessica Kilgren-Fozard.
Jessica Kilgren-Fozard congratulated me on my diagnosis.
Yeah. She fucking nailed it.
Yeah, she knocked that out of the park.
She 100% understood like the value of finally getting a diagnosis that was genuinely helpful.
I felt so seen.
Right? And it's not a diagnosis she has. It's just that she understands the power of like actually getting help that helps.
Yeah.
And she was like, she kept saying, Jessica Kilgren-Fozard is a YouTuber. And at the time, her wife was pregnant with their first child. And she's like, I'm available for cameos because children are expensive. And I was like, why not? Why not get a cameo from Jessica Kilgren-Fozard and contribute to the, they're having a baby fund?
Yeah, I had been looking for an opportunity to send you a cameo. And then I found Nicholas Boulton. And when I burnt the candle and I felt so bad, I'm like, what's the thing I can do to assuage my guilt? What's the thing that's worth a candle? And I was like, Nicholas Boulton's worth a candle?
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Even though Nicholas Boulton has no idea.
I'm so confused.
It's so funny.
Why?
It's so funny.
She must be really sorry about this candle. Anyway, people can listen to it. I wanted to talk about why I failed my thing, and it's because I forgot that goals have qualities.
How to goals. Yeah.
Yeah, how to goals. I forgot to. I think we should call this episode Goals 101, Why Amelia Failed the No Buy Low Buy. By like 1,200. There is an exception, I'm going to say, to my no buy low buy plan, no shopping plan, is that I haven't received all of this stuff from ThreadUp because it takes forever for shit to ship.
Yeah.
So if anything comes and it's
not right
and I need to replace it, then again, no, I'm not going to make that exception because it's only until Disney and I have enough clothes to wear between now and Disney.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even if the things that arrive or not.
Even if things arrive, I'm going to like postpone and I'll start shopping to replace them in May.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the next 6 weeks or whatever it is.
So when we are about to go to Disney or have just gotten back, we will check in to see how you did. Or should we check in more often because more frequent check-ins are greater accountability?
No, I don't think I need greater accountability. I think I just needed...
We are not accountability buddy people. Like, I don't need somebody
no, we're competitive about how much sleep we get. And Wordle.
Yeah, but that's not accountability. Like, I don't feel like reporting to you how much sleep I get motivates me to protect my sleep. I am motivated to protect my sleep. I don't need an accountability buddy.
Right, no.
I
don't.
Fucking autistic. I am rigid.
Yeah, I'm rigid. Yeah.
Also, I have a master's degree in public health. I got trained in effective behavior change counseling.
Yeah.
Like, I worked as a health educator.
You can behavior change counsel yourself.
Yeah. I'm formally trained in how to do it, so I could do it for myself.
Yeah, no, this is fine. But now that I've set a real, reasonable, achievable goal that is soon certain, specific, concrete, positive, and personal, I'm definitely going to be able to conform to it. No exceptions.
Yeah.
Between now and Disney, there's nothing I need between now and Disney.
And I did not explain the rules for goal making. I did not explain why I had such a comprehensive list of what I wouldn't do.
And I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot.
Because I've done no buy low buys successfully in the past.
Yeah.
And I enjoy restrictive behavior.
Oh, jeez. It's not super healthy, but cool.
But like, no, I enjoy there being rules about how to live.
Yeah.
You know, if there's just no rules, then like the planet feels higgledy-piggledy to me. And so anyway, so I've done it successfully in the past. So I thought I didn't have to be like all specific about it, but I was wrong. I was wrong.
Sometimes you are wrong. I am currently reminded of that time that you went glamping and I got a text from you in the middle of the night, all caps, "There's a raccoon in my tent."
Yeah.
You were wrong about glamping. There's a raccoon in my tent.
Baby. I was wrong about glamping. I thought it'd be great. It was great when I arrived. It was this tent and this outdoor like / indoor. It was awesome. And then 2 a.m.
Rustling noises.
Rustling.
Within the tent.
At first I didn't know if it was a person or an animal. Cause like, you know.
Sure.
It's 2
It's
a.m.
a tent.
Dark as hell. And yeah. Anyway.
Sometimes you gotta try shit and fail. And then that's how you figure out how to do it.
And honestly, I also enjoy that. Trying a new thing and discovering that I never want to do that again. I like that.
Yeah, I
am more novelty seeking than you.
Which is so strange. Doesn't that seem like not how we would be? Because I'm like the sympathetic one and you're the dorsal one?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. Whatever. I've been trying to end this episode for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I wanted it to be short and like accessible and like make one strong point. And I think we've done that.
We have absolutely done that with the added bonus of make sure in your no buy, low buy, you are creating space for ready.gov.
Yeah.
And without further ado.
And as you declutter, if there's a thing that's like, okay, it's just kind of stained, but you definitely wear it in an emergency, you could pack that in your emergency kit.
You can put that in your go bag.
Yeah. There's a pair of sneakers that I had that I sent to ThredUp actually, that like, I was like, ugh, I wish, because I could have put them in my ready.gov bag. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't end up putting shoes in my ready.gov bag because I figured I'd be wearing shoes.
Probably. And it's to have a backup pair of shoes is why you put them in. If like the pair you're wearing gets like soaking wet.
The pair that I would wear are waterproof.
Okay.
And 4-season. So.
You did it.
I didn't think it'd be necessary. I'm just like, if there's an emergency, I'm wearing my LLB boots.
Because
they're
good in an emergency.
Right. And I have extra socks, so that's all I need. Anyway, I'm still trying to end this episode.
I've been saying without further ado over and over.
Oh,
and you kept adding a thing.
Without further ado, that's it for this week.
Please enjoy the dulcet tones of Professor Dr. Hair Honorable Nicholas Boulton. Sexy pants.
Hello, Emily. Nicholas Boulton here. Remember me? I have a message here from your sister Amelia, who apparently is in the doghouse at the moment for having foolishly burnt up one of your candles. She's feeling terrible about it and went so far as to reach out to me for a team effort apology. So we both hope this goes some way towards making you feel a little bit better about the whole situation. She's very sorry.
Richard, this is a message from Emily just saying she's so sorry that she's been perhaps a little neglectful of you during the writing process of her book. And this is Linda.
No, it is not. It is Maria Bamford. And man, I feel for both of you. I am just writing a book, and boy, is it a real wake-up call. I don't think I enjoy writing. Whoops. I hope you got a book deal, Emily. Or actually, I hope you didn't, because I got a book deal and then it became a confusing practice where I owed them money. Oh my God, it is so hilarious. Anyways, I could tell you about Simon & Schuster and the pickle I've gotten myself in. But just know that, Richard, you are a wonderful spouse, and Emily loves you so much. And she says that you are gigantically supportive and brought you food. Oh my gosh, sometimes my husband brings me a scoop of peanut butter and a Diet Coke for breakfast, which is my favorite breakfast. And that's the best. That's the best. The simple things. The occasional bag of chow. I hope, I'm sure that Emily supports you in your, on your journey of whatever it is that you long to do or are doing. And yeah, she's just really grateful for you and loves you very much. And, just like this Cameo, sometimes there's moments in a relationship where you go, are we okay? Is this what we both want? And then you get back to having a good time. And hopefully there's some relief in being done with the book. Congrats, Emily. Congrats, I tell you. And you're both loved, and much respect for both relationship and literary accomplishments.